Morning, it is the highway, hanging out with a very busy Keith Urban. Transatlantic voyages, trying to catch up with your wife Nicole on sets and going back home, and American Idol. How do you change from world to world to world like that?
I think I'm just really good at being. I think I'm good at being in the moment, and I think if there's any of that, if the continuity is in there at all, it's just in that. That is the thing that threads it all together, is being in the moment. I know that I drove my family bonkers with this record, though, because it was such a long process, and I went through so many songs, because people were also sending me songs too. So, and I'm pretty open with that. I give my email out to people to send me songs like an idiot, and I'm being avalanched with songs all the time, but I go through them and I listen to them because I don't want to miss anything. Yeah. I don't want someone speaking on my behalf and then missing a song. So people will send me songs.
When do you sleep?
I get good sleep.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But also I can shut stuff off like immediately. Like if we go on vacation, I shut off like this immediately. Switch the phone off, turn the computer off the grid, done. I don't take but a second to get off the grid.
We're looking down at the track listing. I want to just take the diverse side of the approach and look at the corners of this album. Yeah. Blue Ain't Your Color. To me, it doesn't sound old. It sounds traditional, right, in a very modern way. And it just has such a cool flair to it. And it's a sound we haven't heard from you in a while.
I don't think I've ever done a waltz to begin with. So when I got sent that song, I loved the song immediately. Lyrically and melodically, it's just super cool. But it was a sort of a waltz feel, and I was like, okay, I got to do something else with that. You can't change the feel, but we need to treat it differently. So it's not. I didn't want it to fall into either a waltz or a sort of doo-wop area, which it was a bit of that too.
Which it could have gone that way.
Yeah,
it could have gone full.
I got nothing against doo-wop, but it's not my thing, and I didn't want it to be.
You can't go full doo-wop.
No, or semi doo-wop. I didn't, but I was trying to think. Okay, so what's a way we can not make this the typical thing? Yeah. And I was working with Matt Chamberlain, who's a fantastic drummer, but he's also a great programmer, and he had this really super cool, simple programmed drum machine thing that really drove the song. He went out and played a bit of drums, but the machinery, I think, was what made the song sound very different, because you're not usually going to hear a waltz or a doo-wop kind of thing. But it's just it's a very strong, super strong, robotic. It's just very sort of heavy machinery.
How often do waltzes spin around in your head?
Mine, never.
That's what I was going to say. So where does this even come from?
Yeah. I don't know. It's always a constant search for yin and yang. It's always going to be yin and yang, zig and zag. It's always going to have those counterbalances within them. And I don't want to hear something be derivative. That's what I can't stand, is anything derivative. It's like you hear someone say, "Oh man, you got to hear this band, man. They're like Leonard Skinner," and I'm like, I don't want to
and thanks, we already have one.
And what?
Yeah.
Like, and it's gonna and what? Give me something else. Give me something that's mod. Yeah. Give me the twist on it, because no one's gonna be as good as Leonard Skinner, man. And if they are, we've heard it. So, there's got to be something else. I just want to hear a fresh take on stuff. That's all.
That's right. More with Keith Urban. We're talking about Ripcord, and yes, he's pulled it. This is The Highway.